is Time Warner Newsmakers. From the Oval Office inside the Truman Presidential Museum and Library, here's your host, Pete Grigsby.
Well, if you've not seen his work, you've definitely heard of his name around the Kansas City metro area. This is Stretch. Stretch, thank you for joining us on Newsmakers. Let's get right to this newest thing that you said you've just recently became a member of, TIF, the TIF Commission. What is that?
It's a mayoral appointed position. There's 6 other commissioners, or 5 others, including myself, and we're basically an advisory board to the City Council to help make decisions on TIF funding. TIF stands for Tax Increment Finance Dollars, and it's a development tool for developers in town to complete projects.
How long have you been aiming at something like this or involved with TIF?
Well, I kind of got a pseudo-TIF grant a few years ago, a LICRA grant, and it's just a development tool to help develop the downtown. And since I've been to Crossroads, people have been getting this TIF funding for quite a few years. It's a project that's been on throughout the country for quite a few years, but Kansas City adopted it, I don't know, 15 years ago, I think. I don't remember the exact dates, but it's a good tool for development. And a lot of people don't know, the government actually doesn't give you money for this. It's allocated funds from your project that goes back towards your project.
Okay, and you're saying you're gearing it towards Kansas City, the downtown area? Is that what you mentioned, downtown?
Well, that's my focus. That's my districts that I'm very concerned with, but in a global position within Kansas City proper, I guess. It's wherever the TIF funds go is what we vote on. Let's
talk about your history a little bit in this area. I mean, I've seen the resume. I mean, you've accomplished a lot. You were mentioning about being a small business owner.
I am.
Kind of leading to other things. Tell me briefly about that.
You know, I'm kind of the poster boy for the Crossroads. I was an artist that rented a studio space. I turned that into a gallery, was able to buy that building. I parlayed that into some other properties, continue making art, developed other buildings into rentable spaces. We've opened up 2 restaurants now. I have a great partner, a great staff behind me. We've opened a music venue called the Crossroads KC that brings in international acts. We bring 100,000 plus people to the Crossroads a year without any government funding. It's all private money and has really grown organically. Since then, we've been on a bunch of different TV shows, whether it's Extreme Makeover, Monster Garage, or Monster House, I'm sorry, the Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives show on Food Network. And so we bring a lot of attention to Kansas City. And as a small businessman, as a developer, I've gotten a lot of national attention as well as through our community. And that's kind of how I was appointed by Mr. Mayor Funkhauser to the TIF Commission. So was I planning on doing it? Not at all. I kind of got a call and said, hey, are you interested in this? And I said, well, you know, what's it going to deal with? You know, how much do I get paid? Do I get an office? Do I get a car? Do I get a masseuse? None of the above happened that way, but I still did it, you know, for the better of the city.
I was going to say, but you're doing it for the city. You sound like you love Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City's been good to you too, though,
Kansas
right?
City's been great. I moved here from Philadelphia originally to come out to art school at the Art Institute, which is coming up on their 125th anniversary this year, which is going to be a big spectacular at the Art Institute. I married a woman from Kansas, so I've made my home in Kansas City. The people are great here. We have great infrastructure and great bones. We just got to get them back around, and I can be on either coast in a couple hours. And the scale of my work, it's just conducive to the type of work I build here for this to stay in this town.
Well, you're a very positive influence for the community. You've accomplished a lot in many different fields. We see your work. We see your businesses around town. Anything else you'd like to add or say? We got about 20 seconds left. You've always got something to say, right?
I'm sure there's something I got to say. I can't think of anything right off the top. But Kansas City's great, and I made my home here because of the people. Yeah. And it's the people that really make this town happen. Whether it was on the extreme home makeovers or just getting things donated for Haiti, you know, keeping it contemporary. Okay. This town stands behind everybody, and everybody thinks it's just a cow town. It's bigger than that, and I love being here.
All right, Stretch.
Don't you forget it.
All right, Stretch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
The preceding has been a presentation of Time Warner Newsmakers.